손에 상처가 있는 남자가 600년 동안이나 언니를 쫓고 있어. 근데 그 600년 전에 검은 구멍이 그 남자 가족 다 죽이고 언니한테 뒤집어 씌운 거야.
Haha! We were right. Our theories were right about Bulgasal and what happened 600 years ago. At least we hope that is, because now there's some hesitation on my part as to who is telling the truth. But at this point, it looks like Min Sang-un, or the Bulgasal that she was, didn't kill Dan Hwal's family. It was Ukul-tae, and Ukul-tae made it look like the Sang-un's Bulgasal did it.
Yeah, and the way we got to that conclusion is that the younger sister of her past life, I forget the name, confessed it when she visited her at the hospital, and that was a revelation that we thought could be possible, and now it's completely true. But now the biggest question right now is that, what does Okute have to do with any of this? You know, is he like the Dracula of all of Korean vampires? Like,
Definitely.
He's put a curse on everyone and everyone's trying to destroy him. It feels like if they destroy him, then all Bulgasals are relieved of their pain and their suffering, their souls, all those curses are gone. That's what I think. Like, I think he's Dracula, he dies, everything is good.
What's up, Sunday fam? I'm Element.
I'm Flip.
And we get together every week to talk about all of our favorite Asian entertainment shows. And we're talking about Bulgasal. The last two episodes, I think, is 7 and 8. And there were some huge revelations, including the things that we just mentioned. So let's talk about what happened.
So doing a little bit of a recap, we find out that the blonde kid, Dae-yoon, is actually working for Okul-tae. Like, I think, like, as you said, we were watching this, that he's just another tool.
I think you said that he was his son reincarnated.
That's still yet to be confirmed, just saying.
And then we confirmed, at least episode 7 confirmed that, you know, he visits Okul-tae in his apartment building or whatever, and he starts playing games with him, and then he's like, I need you to get closer and closer to Dan Hwal. So he's definitely a tool being used to get closer to Dan Hwal, but also Okul-tae is telling him that Min Sang-un is like a murderer and very dangerous, and he should stay away from her. And the story moving forward into episode 8 seems to kind of confirm this in like a prophecy way, where Miss Lee is in the kitchen and she's like hunched down, and it's very mysterious, almost like The Grudge.
기억을 찾는 순간 여기 있는 사람들 다 죽을 것이다.
They seem to be painting a picture that Min Sang-un, in some way, shape, or form, is very, very dangerous when she has her memories.
Right.
I don't know if that is true or not, but these are all very much looming questions we're going to have in our minds until the final episode, which is, I think, 16.
Yeah, and we're in this quagmire because there's just so many puzzle pieces that we can't yet put together yet, right? Like, we don't know who's actually telling the truth, but like I feel good about the revelation about that it was Ukul-tae that murdered Dan Hwal's family, but why? What was the motive?
But we do know that hearing that revelation that Ukul-tae is the one that killed Dan Hwal's family 600 years ago, I'm more likely to believe that story simply because we don't have any information on Ukul-tae and what his motivations are.
I can only theorize that he's the original vampire, and he was ruling all of the Bulgasals, and something happened between him and Min Sang-un's original Bulgasal, I guess. Well, because she had to put a curse in another child that was yet to be born to become the sword in order to destroy him. And so I feel like the Bulgasal myth has something to do with their history, where maybe Min Sang-un's character wanted the Bulgasal race to die off or something like that, because in his conversation with Hwal, it was like, well, we're just like humans, we like to hunt each other. So trying to remember that and put the puzzle pieces together with the current revelation, I can't help but feel that something happened in terms of there was a race of Bulgasals, and their time was done, and Min Sang-un was in agreement with that, but Dark Hole wasn't.
그 여자도 한때는 동족이었잖아. 동족이라.
That's a terrible theory.
So the story I feel like is mixing a lot of elements of like Van Helsing, Dracula, and Vampire Hunter D. And if you have seen that anime, you know that like what you say has some validity with him being the original Dracula or the original Bulgasal, and then he had a relationship with Min Sang-un's Bulgasal, and then she revolted. And I think the way that she intended to kill him was to put a curse on a child, which would become the sword. And he and Okolte, finding this out, decided to turn them against each other by killing his family. More likely than not, we're going to see that Okolte is in fact the big bad. I don't want to because in all fairy tales, the one thing that breaks the curse is the kiss of true love. You turn the frog into a prince, you break the princess free from her eternal slumber, and I think the destiny, or at least the crux of the show, I feel, up to this point, is that Min Sang-un and Dan Hwal need to get together and hook up and be as one.
All combine their strengths together. I think that's an amazing theory, and it's the only thing that we can really come up with right now, because I love it that they have to fall in love, or they have to kind of intertwine their souls, combine their souls together to become the weapon that could ultimately destroy Dark
Or the soul will become whole.
Yeah, or the soul can become whole. That is interesting. The whole is soul. The soul becomes whole. It fills up the dark hole, and the dark hole explodes. I don't know what that is, because it is interesting. Something in the past created that curse in him, that he has this dark hole, and maybe that has something to do with it.
I just landed on something. So Min Sang-un revolts against the original Bulgasal, which is Okolte. Takes whatever is in his chest, like the let's say a Horcrux, for example, in the Harry Potter terms, takes the Horcrux out of Okolte, and that is what she uses to curse Dan Hwal, and that's the Bulgasal's curse, because it does come from Okolte. He's a Bulgasal. And then, in order for him to become the sword that kills Bulgasal, the souls have to become one, and it has something to do with the dark hole, like you said. You fill the whole soul fills the dark hole, and then it explodes. And it's the part of Okolte that Min Sang-un took from him to put into Dan Hwal is going to be a part of whatever happens when they come together.
I was just spitting things out and whatever that came to my mind, but now that you're kind of putting it all together in a rational way, it kind of feels like it's palpable. It's very reasonable.
Because every time Okolte tries to, or whenever she's in danger, it's
exactly. Oh, we just did it right now. We were not prepared with any of these theories. This is just going spitballing fire right now. He has a hole in his soul, and in order for it to be fulfilled and destroy it, his other half of the soul was part of Sang-un. Every time she gets hurt, he gets hurt. Her soul, and that soul that he stole from him, becomes a sword when combined with Dan Hwal. Boom!
Fits right in with the theme of taking souls and stuff, because they were both Bulgasal.
Wow. Okay, that is amazing. Well, that is it for us. Thank you so much for stopping by. Leave us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, tap that bell so you know when we post new videos. And once again, this is what we're watching this Sunday. We'll see you next time.
무의미한 말에 자꾸 내 맘이 설레요. 그래요. 아름다운 그대와 단둘이서 걷고 싶은데